Welcome back to the second half. Glad to have you back for the Chicago Wolverines Austin Armadillos game. Michael Vick has been running the ball all over the place, playing extremely well, but Joe Theismann has his former 9-0, now 9-2 Chicago Wolverines looking good. Been looking for this moment as Joe Theismann. He was brought in relief in Omaha a couple years ago with the Omaha Firebirds as Randall Cunningham was shown the door. Only got a year, and then eventually the reins were turned over to Jeff Hostetler. And ever since then, he's been waiting for another team to call his own. Hostetler, I don't even know if he's in the league here. I don't know. But Theismann is saying, hey, Omaha, this is what you could have had. And he's trying to avoid going 0-3 after an undefeated start. But Michael Vick has been making plays like this all day. But Evans can't get the feet down and bounds, incomplete.
So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does
Vick.
come.
Well, we said Vick's running all over Chicago. He's running all over Austin right now because we're at the Armadillo Stadium. That's going to put Vick nearly at 100 yards.
There on the scramble, it gets him a first down.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks
Michael Vick has been unreal in this game.
Oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
They wouldn't even see him. Well, there's Chuck Foreman as soon as I say that. It's been all Vick, but Chuck Foreman says, don't forget about me. What a run.
Before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Thank you guys for tuning in here to the RXFL. If you're watching on Twitter, well, if you're on Twitter, hit the follow button. If you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, thumbs up. We appreciate that. And check us out at patreon.com/TBSports27. We appreciate your support and our hope it's your guys' support that'll keep this channel going. And we hope to keep this going for a long time. Since the rebirth, we had our original channel. Oh, that's unfortunate. You had two guys collide into each other, which is an absolute bummer if you are a fan of the Armadillos. We had our original channel, of course, College Days, streamed it for a couple years, had to put it to an end. And now we are back and in full force. Michael Vick, he's got one guy in front of him. So Vick decides to dump it off, and it's incomplete. Looking for Gordon. So 4th and 4. Now, they went for it earlier in the ball game in the first half. And they got goal line stood up after 4 consecutive plays at the 1. This time they just take the field goal, which opens the door wide open after an impressive drive for the Chicago Wolverines. They got an opportunity now with another score. They got the lead.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy.
Oh, I got to charge my battery soon. Battery's low. But yes, subscribe, Patreon. If you can't do the Patreon, subscribing is the best way to show your support. It's your support that will keep this channel going. So we keep it as long as we got the views. The views have been picking up at YouTube, so we greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We can't thank you enough. The Pokemon videos have been doing dozens and dozens of views. They've been doing big business. Of course, we have had hundreds of views on our 2K content, WWE 2K. So we cannot thank you guys enough for the views, the thumbs up, the subscribe, anything you can do. The views are great. If you hit that thumbs up button, if you hit that subscribe button, that helps out. That YouTube loves that. The views are great, but they love seeing that stuff, so that really helps out the channel. 2nd and 9 for Theismann and the Wolverines here. And Theismann, that's the 5th sack, I believe? Tombstone Jackson. Yeah, 5 sacks. And Theismann, I mean, you know, broken record sucked into a sack animation. I know I wouldn't have as many sacks as I did in this game with them for the sack animation. 3rd and 17. 3rd and long. Theismann drilled from behind. 6 sacks. And that was a corner blitz from Adrian Wilson. He didn't even see it, and nobody picked it up. I mean, you got guys that are just standing there. C.J. Anderson's just standing there, twiddling the old thumbs, wiggling his phalanges. What's happening?
With it is Jackson. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come
well, you left the door open now for Austin.
So here's the home side to take over on offense. And last time they got
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
Foreman, there's no edge. Chuck Foreman having some big runs here in the second half. 88 yards rushing for Foreman. They didn't need to use him much in the first half. It was all Michael Vick tearing him up. But here he is in the second half doing damage. Oh, Foreman got drilled. Junior Seau. Good to see Junior back out on the field. One of the best. Many great years with the Chargers. Wow, that one was nearly intercepted, and I think for poor Michael Vick, if that wasn't a lineman that he threw that right to, that was Leonard Marshall, by the way. And if that's anybody but a big defensive lineman, that's an interception going the other way. There we go. Michael Vick, not the greatest completion percentage today. Tony Hill gonna end the drought. Wolverine defense playing tough. Of course, they got a lot of members of the Legion of Boom defense out there. Vick play fake. Just saw the pressure in his face and just chucked it up to Mike Evans. Michael Vick's quick, you know.
But it'll be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Vick. That'll get him over 100 yards. Ooh, late hit out of bounds. Earl Thomas, Michael Vick getting into it a little bit.
Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards.
Yeah, that's 100 yards for Vick. You heard it there. Incredible day from Michael Vick. Stay tuned over on Patreon. We're going to be uploading the Week 4 results of NBA Playgrounds. So be on the lookout for that. The standings, the stats, all going up there. Vick to run it again. Boy, he had to just awkwardly throw that one, and he got it away to Mike Evans.
Another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
Who is going to be the Legends Champions quarterback this year? Our 6th season, our first here on Madden. Joe Montana and Salt Lake City the first year. Huntington Beach, year 2 and 3. That was Warren Moon. Year 4 was the Ann Arbor Annihilators. And then last season, you guys saw it here on the channel. Was the Atlantic City Eclipse. Andre Ware, who went on to retire. Michael Vick, touchdown. Andre Ware's not even in this league. He went 1 year, won a title, retired. Boom.
His guys are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they...
Well, that's how much that hurt. They're going to go for 2 here.
Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And Vick, boy, these goal line plays have been a disaster. Wilcox That's the second time he has made Michael Vick's life miserable down at the goal line.
Because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
All right, how do the Wolverines respond to this one? Oh, Tyler Lockett. Oh.
But as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and try.
They're waiting for Barry Sanders to come back.
Now, if he didn't get off to the start that he normally does, they've got his attention. He's running it well.
You think they set off the alarm clock at the half? I think that's what went down. I know this, having played on the defensive side of the ball, if you do a really good job against a great runner, and you go into the half, you're excited, you're fired up, you think the game plan is working, but in the back of your head, there's that little bit of nagging doubt.
Second down and 3. Play fake. Seisman. Incomplete. Are you kidding me?
But it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it.
Boy, it was flat drop. Get out of here with this. Wolverines. Are they going to lose 3 in a row? They're on the ropes. Seisman. No connection. John Stallworth and his quarterback not even in the same universe.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to
4th down and 3, and the Chicago Wolverines are going to go for it. Feeling like it's 4-down territory already. Wide open is Jordan. 1st down at Chicago. I think the fear was just Michael Vick. I don't think in any other situation they would go for it, but you got Michael Vick, the way he's been just tormenting this Wolverine defense. They felt like they had to keep this drive going, and it worked out for them.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Todd Gurley thought he was going to be sitting behind Barry Sanders this season, getting a lot of playing time, just hitting over 500 yards on that rush there.
Gurley on 1st down with no blocking help there, as he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1.
Of course, you got to think back that turnover early in the ball game, definitely hurting the Wolverines right now. Seisman. I was hitting the X button just to put that out there. He's going to take his 7th sack, and we're going to head to quarter number 4. So it's do or die. It's clutch time right now between Chicago and Austin. What is happening right now? 8 sacks. Seisman cannot buy a release.
Absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
8 sacks. So Chicago's going to go for a deep 52-yard kick just to get something on the board. I don't know if it would do him any good going for it versus taking the field goal. They're going to take the points, 26-17. That's the game coming up at the bottom of your screen, Mexico City, Dallas. That's going to be your Sunday Night Football Patreon exclusive game. So do check that out. $5 gets you in the door. It supports the channel. It's less than a taco at Taco Bell. I went to Taco Bell recently. Let me tell you, Taco Bell has gotten expensive. That used to be the place to go when you wanted Mexican food, when you wanted tacos, but you didn't want to spend a lot of money. Taco Bell is just as expensive as Fuzzy's or Tijuana Flats or any of those other places. Like, I went to Taco Bell the other day. I couldn't believe $13 plus for a combo meal, which it was listed cheaper on the website, which means my city's just jacking up the price. All that to be said, one taco is like $5 these days at Taco Bell. $5 for 1 month of our Patreon. Was that intercepted? No. No. Are you kidding me?
2-score game here in the the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock.
They're saying, we got to get another. Come on, get another. This has got to be the angle.
It ended up costing them.
It never hit the ground.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Unbelievable. As I was saying, you can either go to Taco Bell, you can buy one soggy taco for $5, or you can put $5 in at patreon.com/tvsports27 and get a month of exclusive bonus content and help support a channel. You tell me. I don't know. I do the $5 at Patreon. That's just me. All right. 2nd down and 10. Right? Come on.
So after the incompletion on first, now
Chicago cannot believe their luck. And it's incomplete. Back-to-back incompletions. They don't want to go 3 and out here. We know 3 and out is good. This would be just a terrible position. Intercepted.
Picked off at the 38. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks.
Eric Wright.
The easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense as the scouting report?
Man, you would have thought that Earl Thomas picked up a bunch of momentum with that spectacular interception.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but
they could not have followed that up in a worse way.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch.
Oh my God, that should have been, the first run of this game was Chuck Foreman losing 4 yards.
That's good for 21 yards.
Chuck Foreman just made him pay for it right there. And the Armadillos looking to put the capper on this game, on this drive, and give the Chicago Wolverines, unbelievably, their 3rd consecutive loss of the season. Michael Vick, it is not looking good for Chicago. 138 rushing.
Good play. The scramble goes for 20. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball.
It's going that way right now for Chicago. Chicago. Chuck Foreman to the outside, getting some good blocks. Foreman's doing a lot on the ground as well. Don't overlook that. Chuck Foreman's doing a great job.
A gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 2nd down and 4.
Vick. He's already got 1 rushing touchdown today, looking for another.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Vick might just be getting ready to lead this Armadillo squad right into a league championship game. Putting Austin, Texas on the map. They've often been the talks of, a city on the growth that people think can support a professional team. They haven't been given that opportunity yet. Could Michael Vick put Austin on the map? But once again, as we get down towards the goal line, Vick and the offense just backs up. They've had a hell of a time getting the ball into the end zone here today. And I say that with 26 on the board. I mean at the goal line. Because Chicago has not allowed them to score easily when they get into these goal line situations. You see the number 2 in defense on the year for the Wolverines. They've given up almost 500 yards to the Armadillos. Can Austin finally score from a goal line situation? They've been stuffed numerous times. They finally get it. Mike Evans, touchdown. And that should clinch it. And that should be your 3rd consecutive loss for the Chicago Wolverines. Unbelievable. From 9-0 to 0-3. The number 1 team in the league looking vulnerable all of a sudden. Vick with 3 touchdowns. He rushed for a 4th.
campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And we're going to see some couple of last-ditch efforts here from Joe Theismann. But unless there's some kind of miraculous comeback in the mix, this one's done. I mean, he's been sacked 8 times. Ain't no bouncing back from that. Total yards, I mean, just doubled up for the Armadillos. Is that brought in by Stallworth? It looks like it's about to pour down rain outside right now. It was not incomplete pass.
You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Theismann, that was almost identical to the play from earlier in the first half where Theismann was looking for a wide open touchdown and he underthrew and it got picked off. Well, maybe this is what the Omaha Firebirds saw. Oh, announcer jinx for the Armadillos. Tyler Lockett, touchdown. God, I thought we froze for a second. 68 yards. Game says don't go for 2. Now let's do the math here. So they don't need to go for the onside kick here because they're only down by 8. But the problem is, do you feel like your defense can hold Michael Vick? Because they can wind a lot of time off the clock with Michael Vick and Chuck Foreman's running ability. That would be the only thing you would think about, maybe wanting to go for it. Going for the onside kick, rather. All right, this is going to be interesting. We were waving the flag, the banner for the Armadillos, calling victory here. Chicago, 200 less yards of total offense. They're 8 points away. Oh, Foreman just gets stopped short of a first down. But maybe, you know, as we're going to watch this, we're going to see if Chicago maybe should have just gone for the onside kick. The number 2 defense in the league have just had a time today stopping Foreman and Vick on the ground. I mean, they've given up at least over 350 yards rushing between Vick and Foreman. And here comes the rain. Not in the game in my hometown. It's a beautiful day in Austin, Texas. I got a trip coming up in 2 weeks. 2 months, not 2 weeks. In 2 months to San Antonio and Houston. So first time in a long time to go to those 2 cities. Vick, screen pass. Man. At the very least, Austin's going to get into field goal range here. Which is going to smell doom and gloom for the Chicago Wolverines. Theismann he's pacing on the sideline. Cannot believe this Wolverine defense. Chuck Foreman, 166 yards. And now the timeouts are going to start coming fast and furious.
Possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They run on first down.
But either way, there's still going to be a field goal that's going to happen here. So that's pretty much going to smell disaster. That's going to put Dunyan rings. Game over.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Foreman, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of
Man, what a game for Chuck Foreman.
Now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. 7th play of the drive upcoming here.
3rd and 6. Armadillos in the shotgun here.
Vick to throw.
Michael Vick. Oh my goodness.
He can run for it, and he will.
Final timeout called, and I mean, you run the ball 1 or 2 more times, but it's the ball game right now. And the Austin Armadillos, who were the last ranked of the 8 win teams, are going to go to 9 wins. They are going to join. There's a touchdown. They are going to join the London Monarchs. And they're going to join the Portland Lumberjacks as the only team with 9 or more wins. Well, I guess technically the Chicago Wolverines. So Wolverines, Chicago, Austin, London, and Portland are your top teams here. And you're going to move them way up in the rankings. And if you're Chicago, you've now lost 3 in a row. You got Barry Sanders on the sideline. He's going to be out for a number of weeks further. You started 9-0. You were the unbeatable team. You were number 1, cruising all the way. Now you've lost 3 in a row. You're 9-3, and you're way down in the standings.
So now the Bears down by 15.
So it's a 15-point game again. Maybe Austin didn't need to score right there, but they went for it. Seisman just going to chuck it down the field for Steve Smith. A small gasp like we just saw a couple moments ago with the Sacramento Redwoods. If the Wolverines can go down and score, they'll have a small opening. They've gone for Steve Smith a number of times. 13 of 30. They roughed up, which was one of the better quarterbacks in the league in Joe Theismann. John Stallworth cannot hang on to it. 3 consecutive incompletions. And it's one last gasp here for the Chicago Wolverines. Intercepted. Game over. That's Eric Wright's second interception. The Wolverines are going to lose 3 in a row. And the Austin Armadillos. Can you believe this?
And watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It's not an upset. Austin was good, but can you believe 3 losses in a row? And I'm going to let the announcers close this one out. Listen in.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it
they're going to close it out, and then we'll be back in a couple of moments. But Austin takes it.
About doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Austin, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us.
Well, there you heard it. That's a pretty solid loss. Completion percentage on either side wasn't great. But Michael Vick's running ability, 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, a bunch of yards rushing. Chuck Foreman had a bunch of yards rushing, 170. Austin Armadillos, they are in prime spot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to all the different live streams here today. If you want to join us, we got patreon.com/TBSports27, Dallas and Mexico City. is going to be a big-time Sunday night game. If you can't join us there, the next time we're live with you, Monday Night Football, it's going to be Tom Brady and the Atlanta Dirty Birds going up against the Oklahoma City Lancers. Playoff positioning on the line. Playoffs. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We streamed 6 different episodes here with you guys today on Twitch. Follow on Twitch. Thumbs up, subscribe on YouTube. We're going to check out all the stats and standings coming up at the end of Monday Night Football, so stay tuned. Subscribe, thumbs up, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, patreon.com/TBSports27, and we'll see you guys next time.